A huge crowd at the Vatican erupting in cheers today as the world gets its first look at the new Pope, Leo XIV.
The Pope making history as the first American to lead the Catholic Church, and the world is reacting tonight to the big announcement.
And we're also hearing from Hoosiers tonight at 6. Our Emily Longnecker joins us live tonight. Emily?
Hi, Scott and Ann. Yeah, we're hearing from church leaders here in Indianapolis and also the Catholic faithful, some of them heading to Mass right now at St. Peter and St. Paul Cathedral. They're talking about the first American Pope, Pope Leo XIV. Now, the Archbishop of Indianapolis, Archbishop Charles C. Thompson, said that he has never met this new Pope before. He was the only American cardinal. Archbishop Thompson said that he had never met, but he said he's heard great things about this Pope. He's heard that he is a great listener. He's heard that he has a pastoral heart, he said, for people on the margins. Archbishop Thompson expects Pope Leo XIV to focus on the poor, refugees, and on building peace in war-torn areas like Ukraine and Gaza.
His initial comments, and he talked about being a bridge builder, which is what the Pope is about. He's to be a bridge builder, to be a man of peace. And I think that was one of the key focuses that the cardinals identified as a man who brings about peace among all peoples and works with people, and he's known for being one who can listen well, dialogue well. He talked about encounter. He talked about listening. He taught, I think he's one who will try to do that across all boundaries, within the church and outside the church.
And bells rang out at Catholic churches across the city in celebration of the new Pope. Local Catholics expressed their excitement that Pope Leo XIV is the first American Pope.
It's unbelievable. It's kind of a halfway miracle, really, because that's very surprising. Well, I hope he carries on what Francis has started, and inclusiveness and taking care of the marginalized and the not as well to do.
And Archbishop Thompson said that he's heard from missionary friends all over the world congratulating him on the selection of this new Pope, the fact that he is an American. Archbishop Thompson saying, of course, there is a lot of pride that the new Pope is American, but he also said there's a lot of pride amongst the people in Peru. Let's not forget that the new Pope spent a lot of time in his service there to the Catholic Church in Peru. And at the end of the day, Archbishop Thompson said, his country of origin is not as important as much as now this man's life has changed completely forever. He is now head of the Catholic Church and 1.4 billion Catholic faithful around the world. So it's a pretty big job. Archbishop Thompson asking Catholics and folks everywhere to pray for the new Pope. Ann, Scott?
Yeah, history made today. Emily Longnecker here in Indianapolis. Thanks so much. So this crowd at the Vatican represented nations from around the world.
And we saw that there are many Americans there among them. Some are there on an overseas study, many others on vacation. And that happens to include this young lady. This is Christina Mori from Indianapolis. She made the last-minute decision with her mom to mark Mother's Day weekend by traveling to Rome for the conclave. She was there today, and she says, oh, it did not disappoint.
It was amazing. I counted at least 7 different countries that we were all rubbing shoulders with. And the moment we heard the name, the moment that Pope Leo XIV came out, it didn't matter that none of us spoke each other's languages or that we were all from different parts, whether Catholic or not. It was just this exciting moment where we were all filled with such hope and joy and unity in this unique moment in history. Every conclave is historic, but this one especially with Pope Leo XIV and him being an American Pope, it's an extra special thing.
It was so fun to talk with her via Zoom this afternoon, and she told me the only downside was that her mom's flight didn't make it in time. Mom is arriving tomorrow, so these were all strangers that she met and had a great time with. So now she said she and her mom are going to check the Holy Father's calendar to see if there happens to be an inaugural Mass or some other event that they can attend together to mark this historic occasion.
So who is Pope Leo XIV? He was born Robert Francis Prevost. He's from Chicago. He's 69. Pope Leo is also a Peruvian citizen. He lived in Peru for years, first as a missionary and then as an archbishop. Pope Francis appointed him to that position for selecting bishops in 2023. And in fact, an IU professor told us today how that may have helped Pope Leo.
The thing that makes him interesting is that Francis has chosen most of the cardinals who voted for this new pope, right? So the majority of the people there right now who are voting or chosen by the past pope. So it's not shocking, I think, that this is the choice.
That professor went on to tell us he expects we'll learn more about the Pope and his positions in the coming days. And our coverage continues tonight at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News. Lester Holt is live at the Vatican, capturing all the excitement around St. Peter's Square about the first American Pope.
As expected, some showers and storms across the southern part of our area this afternoon and this evening. We've had some strong storms, heavy rain causing some flash flooding and some lightning. The strong storm we were tracking southeastern sections of Marion County has weakened as it moved into Greenwood, but still a strong storm right now moving through Shelbyville right along I-74. We move south and get a little bit of rain between Columbus and Seymour, back through Bloomington, Ellettsville, and Spencer. Future Track 13 shows the showers and storms winding down the next couple of hours. When you join us at 11, the skies will be clearing. However, as the atmosphere cools, any low-level moisture where we've had rain today may condense and form a little bit of fog early tomorrow. Otherwise, a sunny, breezy day. High temperatures on Friday afternoon in the upper 60s. As we look ahead to the weekend, we will look ahead to a warm-up.
Looking forward to that, Angela. Thanks so much. Metro Police tonight tell us the man responsible for last night's deadly hit and run is still on the run.
2 people were critically hurt and a little 4-year-old died. His name is Alan Marcelo Salas Garcia. Samantha Johnson went back to that scene today.
Raymond Street is back open after tragedy at the intersection of State Avenue. Police say just after 9 o'clock Wednesday night, the driver of a Dodge Charger blew through a red light. The driver crashed into another vehicle and a father riding a bike with his little boy in the wagon behind him. 4-year-old Alan died at the hospital. His dad in critical condition at last check.
This is just a tragic incident. We need to bring justice for these victims.
Metro Police are asking for your help finding the driver of that Dodge Charger. So far, they've only described him as male.
If this person fled on foot, they could have went several blocks, a mile on foot, walking by your house. If you think that maybe there's something there, please review any surveillance footage and just check that. See if there's any suspicious people going through the area.
Metro Police say incidents like this are also extremely difficult for first responders.
Just to think how tragic this was of an incident for them to have to be on. So many of them are parents.
The victim's family lives not far from this intersection where that fatal hit and run happened. And on Thursday, I talked to a young man who told me Alan was his baby brother and that he was always a happy 4-year-old boy.
Think about the victims in this, and we ask that you come forward with any information.
On the southeast side, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Tonight, police are telling us the driver of the vehicle hit by that Charger is also in critical condition. So if you have any information that can help in this investigation, please call Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name. The phone number is 317-262-TIPS.
On the west side in Brownsburg, a daycare center is shut down today after a former worker was arrested for alleged child sexual abuse.
And now some families are pursuing legal action. Our Marina Silva is in Brownsburg tonight to tell us what we're learning about this delay in reporting those incidents.
This is the Daycare Center, Main Street University for Kids. Court documents say a teacher called DCS about possible allegations of abuse back in April. The investigation revealed possible allegations of abuse were brought to the daycare center, but they were never reported to police as required by law.
There are multiple instances of alleged abuse since 2024. April 2024, daycare employee Gabriel Garner allegedly asked a 5-year-old girl to kiss him before a nap. November 2024, Garner allegedly asked a 5-year-old girl to touch his genitals. The 5-year-old told her parents. In November 2024, the parents went to the center to report it. Documents say the owner convinced them not to go to police. Garner sits in the jail on preliminary charges of sexual abuse against kids. When detectives questioned Garner on Friday, they say he first denied the allegations, then he admitted he knew what he did was wrong. Investigators say they found numerous photos on Garner's phone showing him with children. Thursday morning, Indiana State Police and the FSA delivered this letter to the director of the daycare center. It orders her to close the daycare. Reporting in Brownsburg, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Still to come tonight, progress at the USPS hub here in Indianapolis that has been plagued by delays.
When the Postal Service says they expect things will get back to normal.
We had so many April showers. Of course, that brings May flowers. But in Indianapolis, it also brings racing. We're on the road course this weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we'll get you set up for the Sancio Grand Prix coming up.
Oh, and that Friday forecast for qualifying tomorrow looks great. Sunshine and near 70, even warmer for the weekend. I'll have a look ahead.